Hello my fellow Upside Down Outlet plugs, I'm Mr. Church. In this video we're going to be looking in-game at the new Nuka-Cola Services bundle, and I'm also going to be paying lip service to the Nuka-Cola bundle, which is actually called the Nuka-Cola Shareholder bundle when you click on it, and as well as the Nuka-Cola Delivery bundle. This is editing, Mr. Church. Okay, so I had the whole video done, and I went in to get a picture of the bottle cap machine for the thumbnail, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find the bundle, the Nuka-Cola Services bundle. Instead, there was this weird Nuka-Cola super fan, which I can tell you, I'm not. I went and looked at the Bethesda Discord, and what do I see? Just a heads up, we've removed the Nuka-Cola Services bundle from the Atomic Shop, along with a counterfeit bottle cap press, as we discovered an issue with the press that needs to be resolved. 2 bundles have replaced it in the shop, Nuka-Cola Superfan Bundle and Nuka-Cola Secret Door Bundle. We appreciate your understanding. So I'm not seeing the Secret Door Bundle. There's the... Oh, here it is. It's just called Nuka-Cola Bundle, of course. You have to click on it, because it's not just a secret door, it's a secret name. That's good. Apart from being able to buy the packaged bundle and getting the prefix and suffix and the bottle cap press machine itself, everything else in this video is still relevant, and you can of course still buy each individual item except for the bottle cap press for a lot more money. So that's nice. But everything else remains the same, so I'm not going to redo the whole video because then it's going to take even longer for this to get out. And I mean, it's a good thing I do take my time with these because I would have already uploaded this when this happened. For those who have already purchased this item, I just went in and was able to place mine still. So if you already purchased it, it looks like you still have it. I wouldn't scrap it or anything. I would be afraid to do that. I have no idea what's wrong with it. It's probably someone found a way to dupe lunch boxes with it, or I don't know, somehow glitch into the dev room using the aluminum inside it, and maybe some curse to the ancient gods. Maybe there's like a rain dance they did, and if you looked at it in third person while someone joined your server and you did a couple of burpees, it would shove you into Todd Howard's mouth. I don't know, there's all kinds of things you can do in this game if you really put your mind to it, and I guess that they didn't want you doing any of that stuff. Anyway, that's fine. So I'm going to roll the film. When we get to the parts that you can't have, I'll just remind you with some emojis of joy on the screen that you can't actually have that, Billy. You don't get it. But everything else you can have, including rage. I've got some myself. And now, let's return the program back to my younger, more optimistic self, blissfully unaware that his life would be forever changed in a negative and terrible way. I'll be pointing out some need-to-grab items from the greatest hits, and I'm going to pretend that the free item isn't a steamy, maggot-ridden pile of festering horse. And of course, the Nuka-Cola Services bundle comes with the Nuka-Cola popcorn machine, the soda fountain brewing workbench, the Nuka-Cola player title prefix, the Nuka-Cola quantum cooler, the gulper player title suffix, Nuka-Cola fountain service sign, Nuka-Cola balloons, and the counterfeit bottle cap press. The gulping and the Nuka-Cola player prefix and suffix can of course be put on in your Pip-Boy. I don't know if they realized what they were doing by adding a gulper suffix to the game, but I'm sure they foresaw the different creative variations that there are. Speaking of gulping, I do want to mention that I stream on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays, and if you're not following, maybe follow me on Twitch. We have a lot of fun. We play some games. We've been checking out the PTS and the Ghouls stuff, but I also play variety games as well. The link for my channel will be in the description. And we have the Nuka-Cola balloons, and as you can see, there's one of each kind, except for not really, because what the hell is Nuka-Cola Clear? I don't know what that is. And then there's no Nuka Cherry. So we're missing some stuff, and then so they just made up other stuff. That's kind of weird. And also, I'm not sure why, but the Nuka Quantum balloon is purple, because you know how Nuka-Cola Quantum is purple and not, like, specifically not blue. We also have the services sign, which is obviously wall decor. And one of the things that Vapid Valentine told me to test out when I look at wall decor is to show what it looks like on the back side. And there are different ways of putting wall signs on backwards if you want to utilize the back of them. This is the easiest way, in my opinion, is you just simply put an item behind it on the wall, and then all you have to do is blueprint that item and then the wall sign, and it'll allow you to push that up against the wall, and you'll have it backwards. You can do all kinds of fun stuff with it. If you're newer to camp building and you want to check out some other tricks, I go over a lot of the basic ones and the foundational ones in my 12 essential camp building items video, which I'm going to be linking in the description if you want to check that out. I do a lot of camp building on this channel, and I like to approach these item shop videos from the perspective of a person who builds camps. If you're wondering why I sound like I have a rutabaga lodged in my sinuses, it is unfortunately because I have a rutabaga lodged in my sinuses, and that's not in the bundle. What is in the bundle is the Quantum Cooler, which is green, just like the Nuka-Cola Quantums. And this is a fridge item, which means you can put stuff in it, and it'll spoil at 50% spoilage, which is obviously stupid, because you can either have good with salt and have 90% spoilage, reduced spoilage, or you can have the freezer, which has 0% spoilage. So, why would I do that? It is a cool looking item. I do want to mention, because it's a fridge, you cannot put it in your shelters. We also have the Nuka-Cola popcorn machine. This is the third popcorn machine skin. These are the other two versions of it. I like the basic one best, personally. I like non-themed items, typically. You can do a lot more different builds with them. But, I mean, to each his own. Probably not, though. Just only to one guy his own. And everyone else can get fucked. This is what it looks like powered up. You do need to have a wire directly wired to it, or it won't pop the corn. The popcorn gives you a little bit of reduced hunger and thirst, but it's really not that great. And it's better, if you're wanting that kind of a buff, to just get some perfect bubble gum. This is the soda fountain. This is the only return item in this bundle that's not new. Now, something interesting about this is it is the brewing crafting bench station. And because of that, you have to know the base plan in order to be able to place this down in your camp. If you want to get that plan, you must do the Biv quest line. And to start the quest, go to certain train stations. And on the bulletin board, you'll see this sign. Just click on that, and it will start the quest. For some reason, some train stations don't have it. The one at White Springs, I noticed, doesn't have it. But it will be at certain train stations. Just click on that, and it will start the quest. And then, voila, 20 hours later, you'll have the brewing station. You can use this brewing station, of course, to brew alcohol for your late night parties. As many of you know, I do a lot of camp builds on the channel, and I'm going to link a tutorial for a camp build I did a while back, where I actually used this exact item, and I really like how it turned out. And last but not least, in this bundle, the counterfeit cap press. This doesn't make caps, obviously. If you wanted to print caps, you just have to go on your mule and open all the presents you duped 3 years ago, okay? So you don't need that. Instead, this produces lead and aluminum over time. That's going to be handy because I have 100 aluminum on this character, and it's making me feel depressed. Well, it's not that that's making me feel depressed. I think this thing looks pretty cool because it's a collecting device. You can only place one of them, and you can't place it in your shelters. That's right. Anything that collects stuff or has any utility can't be placed in your shelters because they didn't think, oh, you know, we could make like a just cosmetic version so that they can put, you know, refrigerators and sinks in their living quarters shelters. No, that's too much work. How about we don't do that and they can just eat shit? That's a good business model, and I think that they really do like to stick to that one. Now, you can lock it, of course, so other people don't come along and steal your stuff that you're going to forget to collect anyway, which is good. And one thing that's really cool about this item is it has a really unique destroyed model. When you burn it, it looks pretty cool. For those of you who missed it, I did upload recently a video from the PTS where I show in a coming update they're going to make changes to the Wrecking Ball perk card, which is going to allow us to destroy items without having to use the flamethrower trap. It's going to make things a lot easier to build and to have fun and merge and other stuff. But I go over the details of that in this video, which I'm also going to link in the description. Now, before I go over briefly the other Nuka-Cola bundles, which are completely redundant in every way and annoying, I want to point out that there's a really cool item that's free for Fallout First people. The Taxidermy Gulper. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm so glad that I have Fallout First, because I can have this in my camp. I've been hoping that I could have a taxidermy gulper, and now I can build one in my camp. All I have to do is pay $12 a month, and then I can have this item. That's pretty exciting, and something that I'm personally pumped up about. I feel better already. Another thing I wanted to point out is every day there is a daily offer, and it's only in here for the 24 hours or 23 hours because it takes them like an hour to figure out how to change over the item shop. This one is actually pretty cool. I haven't seen this since it was first put in the shop like years ago. It's all kinds of things. Make sure you're checking that every day because it does change every day. I know Fargassier also does a video going over those items when they're data mined. So I'm also going to link his channel. He also does item shop review videos if you want another perspective or point of view on the items that you're seeing before you. Now, because I'm not one to dance for the man, I didn't buy the Nuka-Cola bundle, which is actually called the Nuka-Cola shareholder bundle. Speaking of shareholders, do you think they understand how badly their product is being sold and offered to the community? Obviously, I'm not going to be buying these things because it's just like, fuck that. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, in this bundle, I'm going to be showing you and pointing out items that are shown but are not included in the bundle because there's stuff in every single picture that is deceptive and predatory in the way that it's marketed. Because this is a Nuka-Cola themed bundle and they always list stuff out of order, it'll be very easy for someone who doesn't know what the items are called to think that something is included here that actually isn't. So the items not included in this bundle include this blue, I think it's called the Golden Age couch. That is not in this bundle. The Nuka Cherry jumpsuit that's this person is wearing is not in this bundle. And the Nuka-Cola Quantum wall sign that's behind them and is also in another picture is not in this bundle. The Red Rocket pinup girl, which is in this picture, and this picture, is not included in this bundle. The pinup cutout that's in this picture and also in this picture and in this picture is not included in this bundle. This table and chair set, which is in this picture and in this picture, is not included in this bundle. The Nuka-Cola fridge is not included in this bundle. The Nuka-Cola pinup sign is actually an in-game plan and is in this picture and in this picture, and it's not included in this bundle. The Mr. Bottles statue, which is, of course, a Nuka-Cola themed item, is not included in this bundle. This out of order cluttered mess is a catastrophe and I'm ashamed and embarrassed to look upon it. And I apologize, everybody who has to see this. As you can see, this is a very old picture here. And back then, what they would do is, so you know how they're selling items in the store, they would take a picture of the item that they were going to sell, and they would put it there without other stuff in the picture, so that the customer, when before purchasing the item with their hard-earned money, wouldn't know what they were buying. And instead, now we have whatever the hell this pile of dog shit is right here. If you agree that this is a disgusting and despicable mess, and you love messes and you want to see more, subscribe to the channel for more disgusting messes. Because not only do I do these Atom Shop videos every week, but I also upload my own disgusting messes, and you don't want to miss out. Now, I'm going to also look at the Nuka-Cola delivery bundle. This is another situation where I didn't want to buy the bundle. I already owned a couple of items in there, and I don't really want this stuff. And again, it's all repeat items that are return items. The one item I do own already is this trampoline, which I enjoy. There was another one in the scoreboard a couple of seasons ago. So you might already have a trampoline. It's pretty fun. I like it. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it. I like this wagon, but not enough to buy the bundle. And something that Vapid Valentine mentioned to me when we were talking about this stuff is sometimes she'll go and she'll look at the item in the build menu, because if something is in the item shop, a lot of times you can actually access it through the build menu because they're trying to force you to accidentally click on it and buy it. And because of that, you can kind of see what it'll look like in your camp. You can kind of get a rough idea of the size of it, of if it's going to be floating or if you can sink it down. If it's a light, it'll also sometimes give off light. I do want to give a shout out to Vapid Valentine. She always is giving me really good ideas, and she points out some really good details for me to look into and to show when I'm doing these videos. And it was her idea for me to do these videos in the first place so that she could save her own money, and so like I can buy the stuff so that she doesn't have to. And now that I'm thinking about it more, thanks a lot. She's an awesome camp builder herself, and she has her own channel, which I'm going to link, and I hope you guys will go give her a sub because she makes really cool camp builds. She has inspired a lot of my builds as well. Now you may notice there's some stuff in here from last week, and I'm not talking about it this week because I talked about it last week. So I do these videos every week. If you're seeing something in here when I'm like passing over the stuff, you know, stuff that's like this stuff, I will have a video on it. If it's still in the shop, you can go check out my other videos and make sure that, you know, you can get like some kind of like nasty attitude from my video about it. That'll give you a good idea of if you should buy it or not. Lastly, I wanted to mention there's a couple of things in the greatest hits that you might want to check out. The Palace of the Winding Path bundle. This has some kind of unique building structures in it. The Winding Path kit. Now, of course, they don't want you to actually buy this stuff, so that's why I don't have a picture of it. But it has a really unique roof that you can't see in this picture. And I actually used several of these items when I made this camp. And this is one of my favorite camps I've ever made. So that's something that I wanted to mention. So that I could have an excuse to put my dinosaur in the video. Also, in a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned when I was talking about the red Atomic Set backpack that it was a reskin of a black one, and this is the one I was talking about. This one is in the shop right now for 6 days. It is the black version, and it's kind of nice. I don't mind it. Also, the clean sink. This is one of the best items to get if you like making clean builds. It is one of the few clean items you can have for your house. And again, because it is a water collector, you can't put it in your fucking shelter. So keep that in mind before purchasing. If you only build in shelters, you might not want to buy it, but it is a good item to have otherwise. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to my patrons and channel members for your support. I post exclusive content on my Patreon, and it's always a hoot. Isn't it a hoot and a holler? If it wasn't for the support of my patrons, I would not be able to afford the atoms to buy the garbage you see in these videos. So it really makes a huge difference and is a huge help. And if you're interested in supporting me in that way, the link for my Patreon will be in the description. Also, if you're not in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. It's a great community. We have places where we can share camps. We can do trading. You can find people to play with, and you can just talk about random stuff. We talk about, like, sometimes we talk about like waffles and stuff. And well,